preacher down. He's fairly famous, as mountaineers go, Zach mentioned. Your aunt paid a visit to the Hawkin gun shop, and he just happened to be there. She'd heard tell that's where most trappers and mountain men are outfitted for the Rockies. Mighty clever of her, Louisa said. She'd always liked her Aunt Martha, her mother's older sister. When she was a little girl, Martha used to perch her on a knee and tell her fables and stories. And later, Martha had given her a doll she'd treasured until a neighbor's dog ripped it to ribbons. I suppose, Zach said, the way he saw it, Martha Livingston was more a meddler than anything else. He'd been all set to take Lou as his wife, and had even picked out a site for their cabin when the letter came, saying how Martha and other in-laws of Lou's would be in St. Louis for the entire month of August, and requesting Zebulon and Louisa join them there. Lou's relatives had no idea that Zeb, her pa, had been killed by a war party, slain while trying to defend his hard-earned furs. Lou recognized her betrothed's tone. You'll enjoy meeting them. They're fine folks, all of them. As friendly as can be. Trust me. Zach trusted her with his life. It was her relatives he was wary of, just as he was wary of every white. Half-breeds weren't held in high esteem by most, an injustice that rankled him like an open sore. As I recollect, Louisa chattered on, Aunt Martha was 4 years older than Marcy, my mother. She's married to a lawyer by the name of Ernest. Her oldest son, my cousin Harry, also came. Then there's my uncle from Pa's side of the family and his 2 daughters. Beaming, she declared, Oh, Stalking Coyote, it will be grand to see them again. Zach grunted. She had used his Shoshone name, as she often did at emotional moments. He would try to like her relations, but it might prove difficult. By and large, whites held dim views of those with mixed blood. Their horses, his dun and her mare, plodded wearily on until shortly past noon. Thanks to Zach's keen eyesight, he spotted a bump on the horizon long before Lou did, a bump that grew larger and larger, slowly taking on the dimensions of an isolated dwelling made mainly of sod. Zach had never seen the like. Fresh-hung laundry strung between 2 saplings was proof the house was occupied, as were 3 horses in a small corral. Oh, look! Lou exclaimed. We must be getting close to civilization. Wonderful. A 10-acre plot had been tilled. Rows of corn were the result. Examining the stalks was a gangly man in overalls and a floppy hat, who glanced up sharply at their approach. His mouth going slack, he spun and sped to the homestead, bawling at the top of his lungs. Beth, fetch my long gun. Injuns are coming. A stout woman in a homespun dress and faded apron filled the doorway and handed the farmer a Kentucky rifle. He had it snug against his shoulder when Zach and Lou reined up a dozen feet out. Howdy, mister, Lou said amiably. Sorry if we startled you, but as you can see, I'm not an Indian. Dog my cats, the farmer blurted. A white gal riding alone with the likes of a mangy redskin. He emphasized his point by swinging the rifle's muzzle toward Zach. What tribe you from, Injun? You don't look like no Oto or Pawnee I ever saw. Lou answered before Zach could. He's part Shoshone, and as friendly as I am. There's no need to be waving a gun at us. Says you, missy, the settler responded. Not 3 months ago, some redskins massacred a family north of here. We never did learn what kind are to blame. Not that it's important. The man glared at Zach.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.